G'day guys, how's it going? Nice chill Monday. Well, it's about like 10 to 12 degrees this morning. Definitely longer days. So, on the age thing, I'm not sure I've gone over this again, but probably I have in Kink. There's a lot of, how is it, kerfuffle by certain groups and certain people that are like, oh my god, no, don't talk to those guys that are over, say, like 30 years old. They're horrible, horrible consent violators. They're evil predators and all sorts of other stuff. Now that these guys are approaching 40, it's like, no, you can't talk to people that are over 40 because they're horrible, evil predators and consent violators and all sorts of other stuff. It'll be interesting to see if they rename it to like, oh no, now that they're over 50, it's like, no, everyone who's over 50, they're consent violators, horrible predators, and all that sort of stuff. It's a little convenient, I think. However, I'd like to say that when you engage your brain and think, no, that's not right, you know, the whole consent violation thing and the whole predatory behaviour and, you know, what they call like, what we call like bin chickens, like older females that prey on people. Like, I think in America they call them cougars, and I think in America they call them chicken hawkers, like the males that prey on, you know, the newbies and all that sort of stuff. One thing you got to get straight though is that not everyone who is new to kink and BDSM is chronologically young, and not everybody who's been in BDSM for a long time is chronologically old. You know, it makes sense. I mean, what the hell? Granted that, you know, the people that are older and younger will have different experiences and they'll bring lots of different skills and stuff to, you know, wherever. But to say that, you know, one age group or not is better or worse, has more predators or not. I mean, I notice actually within those groups of people, a lot of their friends and the people that they've supported in the past are actually ones that have the most consent violations and predatory behaviour. And I'm like, well, is it a generational thing? Is it an age thing? I'm like, well, no, because in some respects I could be in that age group or that generation or whatever, and that's not kind of the way I behave. So is it an individualistic thing? Is it a kind of group thing? Is it their part of their little community or clique? I don't know. So the age thing, there's a certain kind of mentality. I don't know whether you call it old-fashioned or just conditioned, where people mistrust people that are not within their certain age. Like, to have relationships with people older or younger, it's deemed as like not done, whereas in the past it was considered kind of normal, but now a lot of people tend to stick within their age group. And the younger people are, the less variance in age there is, but the older people are, I think maybe the life experiences in general, not typically in general, they find it of interest, or they're more able to go, you know what, the age doesn't really matter, it's the actual person that I like, you know, the person that I care about, what their views are, we get along, our kind of ethics and morals meet up, basic principles, and that's what you got to go for, not the whole just because they're that age, just because they're those age, or even by association. I mean, there's plenty of people I've known, I've talked to, and some of you guys probably know this in yourself. We have a friend or friends who you're friends with, and maybe they get together and then they break up and it's all horrible and you end up taking sides. It's just like, well, yeah, no. How about you guys just admit that you kind of for some reason you just wasn't working anymore. Like, no blame on anybody, just it wasn't working anymore. For whatever reason. I mean, it could be anything. It could be you found somebody else, you found something new that you wanted to try and the other person didn't want to, and you wanted them to be there but they didn't want to be there, you know, or, you know, things just happen. No one's fault. I don't know why everyone has to put fault and blame on everything. But again, have you had relationships with people more than, I don't know, say 5 years on either side of your own age group, or you've been out of your own age group? I mean, why does even age matter to you? Does it matter to you? I mean, really, does it really matter? And if it does, you think about, why does it matter? You know, I've asked people, you know, what does the age matter? And they go, oh, well, because they're older, they're predators. And I'm like, well, no, maybe older, they have more experience in certain areas that makes you feel less confident, and therefore, you know, you just don't like that uncomfortable feeling of being less confident, less knowledgeable, or of someone, you know, maybe giving you options or telling you maybe you should look into that a little bit more, or people telling you that you're wrong. I mean, what is it with, you know, a lot of people within your age group that will try and prop you up, or particularly your friends. Your friends are not really your friends if they're telling you you're right when you're actually wrong, or they're not giving you a reality check. And I've seen it many times, and it goes to the nth degree. But again, what does it matter the age? You know, matters in wine, but again, you never know. If you have like wine that's been aged in certain ages, certain wines are better younger, some of them are better older, but then you never really know until you actually crack open the bottle to taste it what it's really like. It could be vinegar, you know, it could be vinegar. So that's what I guess you take away from the whole age thing, is that, you know, they may look or be or act a certain age that appeals to you or whatnot, but until you actually look deep down inside that person and interact with them, then, you know, you never know. Having said that, there's plenty of people I've interacted with. I'm like, you know, no, I don't like you because I think that you're really rude and abrupt and just, you know, that's just the kind of person they are. But then they'll have interesting points in conversations, and I'll say, well, okay, you know what, you're not my kind of person. I don't like the way you put things across, but you do have a valid point. I can respect that. So yes, that's the thing. Does age really matter to you? Why does it matter to you? Why should it matter to you? What do you get out of being obsessed over the age difference rather than just the person? I mean, you're reducing that person down to a number. And it's just a number, guys. It's just a number. It doesn't have anything to do with your ability, or, you know, well, maybe, you know, as regard to medically, you might, as you get older, have certain medical things, but your mentality, the way you socialize, the way you talk to people, and if you just treat everybody just as a person rather than a number or a race or whatever they look like, it's just, life would be so much better. So think about the people that you hang around with. Are they much older or younger than you? Why do you hang around with them? Is it the conversation? Is it the way they make you feel? There's some sort of insecurity. There's a lot of people I know who hang out with a lot of younger people, and it's not just because younger people also keep them, you know, enthused about life and interested. But some of them, yeah, I understand it's predatory behaviour, and they just want the young kids because they just want to get their end away. Male or female, doesn't matter. Top, bottom, doesn't matter. In kink, it doesn't matter. There are predatory people all the way around. But having said that, it's variable. It's very variable. Keep your end straight. And think about that age thing, because I see no reason to exclude, I don't know, 60-70% of the population when you're in search for something new to experience, when you're in search for people to connect with, people you get on with, and just people that will keep you interested and enthused about life. I mean, seriously, that's what it's all about. Anyways, some different changes coming up. Been working really hard with my rubbers and everything, thinking about life and, you know, how I'm living it. We'll keep you posted. Going in a different direction, I guess, or more into the direction that I want to go into, more specialized stuff, you know, underground, above ground stuff. Anyways, see you guys for the Monday. Have a good week.